This is Courtney Rowland with national analyst Brian Perroni giving us a breakdown of the first week of playoffs of Texas A&M commits. Brian, first off, just talk about Braylon Addison, Hightower playing Clearbrook Saturday. Predictions on the game.
You know, Clearbrook has a pretty good defense. Former Texas A&M defensive lineman Lonnie Madison is the defensive coordinator there, but you know, with Hightower and with Braylon Addison playing QB, that's going to be way too much for Clearbrook. Hightower should roll in that one.
And then next, talk about Adrian Ballard and Troy Green playing Friday, Brenham versus Kingwood Park.
You know, Kingwood Park upset Brenham in the first round last year. You know, Brenham was the number 2 team in the state last year, just like they are this year. But I think the Cubs come out prepared, and I think Brenham is ready to make a deep run this year.
And next we have Colin Blake versus Corpus Christi King on Friday. You
know, Brandeis is a pretty young program. They have some good young players. They're playing at Corpus Christi, but I think Brandeis, you know, once again takes the win. I guess Texas A&M commits 3-0 or 4-0 so far in the games we've talked about.
And then Germanian Ifedy, West Side versus Houston Memorial.
You know, West Side's a dangerous team. They play in HISD districts, so they haven't faced much competition. Memorial doesn't have as much talent, but Memorial is they're really well coached and they're ready to make deep runs every year. So I'm going to predict Memorial in the upset there, but you know, TCU commit BJ Catalon could go off for Westside again, and you know, a win for either team wouldn't really surprise me, but I'll pick Memorial.
And then on Saturday, Kenneth Marshall is playing against Port Arthur Memorial.
You know, South Houston is just lucky to make the playoffs. I think they're going to end this week. I think Port Arthur Memorial rolls them this week.
Next, talk about Mike Matthews, Corey Thompson playing here Friday night against Pearland.
Pearland, defending Class 5A state champions. You know, Elkins is a good team, but, you know, I think Pearland just has that experience. I think it's going to be tough for Elkins to beat them. I mean, you know, Pearland is another young team. You know, they lost some talent from that state championship team, but, you know, going 16-0 last year, they're going to be tough to knock out.
And the 2 commits from Louisiana facing off Saturday, Darian Monroe, Julian Abuehi. Talk about that game.
You know, that's with Brother Martin and East St. John. That's I think it's a 15 and 18 seed or some 14 18, something like that. And, you know, that should be a pretty good game. Brother Martin's hosting it because they're the lower seed. But, you know, really either team could take that. I mean, I couldn't even venture a guess, but I'll just say East St. John in the upset.
And then Michael Richardson from DeSoto. DeSoto having such a great year this year, playing A&M Consolidated.
A consolidated, talented team. They're you know, A&M has a commit. They're a junior defensive lineman, but you know, DeSoto is just rolling along. They lost to Longview last week, but you know, they're one of the top teams in the country, and I think everybody's looking forward to a DeSoto Skyline matchup next week.
And then there's Jordan Richmond going up against Amarillo Caprock on Friday.
No, Lake Travis is probably the best team in 4A, but I have Denton Ryan as the second best team, and I think they'll make it to the state championship game, you know, play Lake Travis again. So I'd say Denton Ryan will easily take that one.
And then earlier this year, you saw Kimo Depoti play. He'll be playing this Friday night against Cedar Hill. What do you think about that game?
You know, Bell is a decent team, you know, behind the quarterback. You know, Kyle Romano is a good player, but, you know, they has so much talent, you know. So with Cedar Park, I think Bell might, you know, struggle against them. Oh, sorry, Cedar Hill. You know, Cedar Hill's even more talented. So, you know, Joey McGuire runs a great program there. So I think Cedar Hill will win that one.
And then Trey Williams from Decaney playing College Park.
College Park, they're a decent team, but Trey Williams should run wild. It wouldn't surprise me to see him at 300 yards again like he has the past couple weeks.
All right, great. Breaking down the first week of playoffs for the Texas A&M commits, Courtney Rowland and Brian Perroni for Rivals.com.